What is up, my friends, and happy Thursday. So today I'm gonna go over a few simple things you can do at home to help with flat feet. So flat feet can be a problem. Sometimes it leads to injuries, aches, and pains. And if you're an athlete or active, like if you're running or playing a sport, or even just in the gym, it can create structural problems that go from the knee to the hips to the low back. So I just want to give you some simple solutions that probably take 2 to 5 minutes a day to help you kind of overcome, these structural imbalances, help you kind of regain your arch. And if you have aches and pains in the ankle and foot, these can absolutely help. So typically if you have a flat foot or a weak arch, this means that your big toe, this guy here, is not doing its job. So this is a very important part about building a strong platform, which are your feet. So we need to start teaching to be load bearing here. So if we are injured, we want to be careful about this. Sometimes even body weight is too much. That's why I like going on the floor using these, because just a little bit of flexibility, this kind of squishy material, helps create strength in these kind of elastic articulations. So meaning there's so many movements and angles we want to hit this at. This kind of malleable surface will help replicate that. All right, so enough of big words, or at least big words for me. I'll show you how we're gonna fix this. So, step one, just get your foot right on there. So immediately you should feel some pretty good activation just putting this much of your body weight on there. That's why I love these pads. They're very cheap and they do a lot. So I'm gonna take my PVC pipe here and I'm gonna lean forward. And as always, we wanna be in pain-free ranges. So step one, I'm trying to create range here. So when the knee's bent, we're really lengthening out the Achilles here, as well as the soleus muscle, which is your calf muscle that is mostly active when your knee is bent. So I'm gonna do, apply a little bit of pressure. So remember, I want everything to feel good. I want this to be pain-free. So I'm just gonna do a few reps in a linear fashion and mentally focus on that big toe. So think about ball of the foot and big toe dealing with that force. All right. So just after a few reps here, I'm gonna get a little fancy here. So I'm gonna push. If you can see from this angle, I'm making circular movements. So what's nice about that, as I'm leaning on this side, it's almost unavoidable that we're gonna activate the right area, which is the big toe. Okay, so I'm just pushing enough to create resistance and force on the area we're trying to strengthen. And you don't have to go too crazy on volume. There's maybe 5 to 10 reps. And I'm gonna circle both directions just to stay a little bit symmetrical here. Okay. So whenever you're starting a new drill or training program, even stuff like this, mobility, and kind of on your recovery, injury prevention, injury recovery type scenarios, start a little low in your volume. Like I like to do 5 to 10 reps just to get the feel of things. If you want to kick it up a notch, don't think about adding more reps, just thinking about adding more sets or do this more times throughout the day. All right, so step number 2 is what we want to do is strengthen the top of the foot. And I say strengthen, but we're going to strengthen in a lengthening fashion, because what we're really looking at here is the top of the foot here, this juncture. We need to create more space in there, and we need to do it in a pain-free and an elastic manner. So all we have to do is, once again, use our very handy yoga pad here. I'm gonna put front of my foot there. And so you wanna be conservative on how much force we put. So I'm just gonna lift up a little bit and lean in just slightly. I don't want my full body weight on here, enough so I feel like a good stretch all the way here down to the front of the big toe, okay? So it looks and feels like a stretch, but this is actually strengthening the tissue. And so I'm at kind of an odd angle just so I can get a good camera angle on here so you can see what I'm doing. But get in any position that you can, that we're feeling a good stretch and activation on the top of the foot, top of the big toe, but there's no pain. So once again, we don't have to do a ton, 5 to 10 reps, walk around, feel that blood flow, feel how the connective tissue is feeling, and then hit it again if you want more volume. So I hope that made sense, and I hope it helped. Beyond that, just with these pads and this kind of DIY equipment, we can take this farther and farther as you're feeling better and as you're ready. You can get a weight vest on, you can do body weight squats with your feet on these pads. So try not to think of everything as rehab or just healing. It's like creating a healthy foundation that we can build on, whether you're looking to lose weight for fitness or you're an athlete and we're looking for more speed and performance. You know, this kind of stuff, if done correct, can set you up for longevity and intensity. All right, guys, have a good day, and I'll see you soon.